What's going on, everyone? Gilman with Wellthy Stocks back with our daily Apple update video where we'll take a look at how Apple stock traded today, some key support and resistance levels that we have coming up, and based on that what we think Apple stock could do. So real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, hit that like button down below, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and comment down below what your thoughts are on Apple, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. So let me hit record and we will get right into the video. So we saw a little bit of a red day today, right? We're down about $1.77, which is 1.37%. A little bit more in the after hours, but not too bad. So the NASDAQ today was red, down 0.87%. The Dow Jones was down 180 points, which is 0.58%. And the S&P 500 was down $2.76, which was 0.73%. So why the drop today after we saw, the kind of stimulus passed yesterday, and we, were hoping for a boost kind of coming from that stimulus? Well, it's your typical, in my opinion, it's your typical buy the rumor, sell the news. We kind of knew that after the Democrats were elected into the House that a larger stimulus package would be introduced, and I think that was being priced into the market previously. And when we finally saw a little bit of announcement yesterday, the fact that that's something that people had expected already and kind of hyped into the price, combined with the fact that a lot of Republican senators, although they're not in the majority, might oppose it, I think is causing a little bit of a sell-off. But let's take a look at how Apple traded today. Before we do that, another thing that I want to cover is, Apple is closing stores in Texas, Georgia, and North Carolina due to COVID. I'm in Texas right now. So, Dallas and Fort Worth area stores are now being closed. Houston, San Antonio, Austin. Just a little piece of news on Apple there for us. Not necessarily saying that that's terrible news for Apple, since I think a lot of people can just buy whatever they want online with like a couple days of delivery. But I think it does kind of impact the company a little bit there. So let's take a look at kind of how we traded today. Yesterday, if you guys remember, we traded, we ended the day kind of here, 128s. And in the pre-market, right, we looked kind of a little bit nicer. We were in the 129s. Right out of the gate, we pushed up. And wow, our level that we have is acting as perfect level of resistance. We've had this for a while, right? So we were about 3 cents off, 3 cents below it. We got rejected. We fell. This is a pretty hard fall, right? We went from 130 all the way down to mid 127s. It was about a $3 fall almost past VWAP. Took a little breather, started to come right back up. Couldn't really make it past VWAP for too long though. Hit up against it a couple times and then sold off into the close. We are now in the low 127s. Our next level is coming up here shortly. So let's take a look at, what is going on, why, or what our future levels of support and resistance look like. And then we can hopefully get an idea of where we're headed, right? So let me get our lines here for us. So as you can see, we are, not looking too good, unfortunately, right? From a chart perspective, we were able to break below the 8, found support in the 21 yesterday, broke below that as well, and we are now right at that 34 EMA, right below actually that 34 EMA, right? So let's take a look at what future levels of support and resistance look like for Apple. If we were to keep going down, right, let's take a look at that side. What do we have as levels of support? Well, the first level we have is this 34 EMA that we are now slightly below, right? So we're already below that. So the reason I'm still mentioning that is, as we saw kind of today, we did push up a little in pre-market. If that happens, look for that 34 EMA as my first level of support in the low 127s. If not, we've got a level here at 126.60s. Then we've got a level at 125, which is kind of pretty close to our 55 EMA2 at 124.55, and then we've got this 123.69. Now, if we push up, right, I think the first key thing for the stock to do is break above the 8 and the 21 EMA. The 8 EMA is at 129.33, the 21 is at 128.90. If they can break above both of those, then I'd like to see it push towards 130. And then we've got some highs to knock out here before we make a push towards 133. So on the downside, again, watching to see if we can get that 34 EMA to hold. If it doesn't, 126, then 55 EMA, 124.55, and then this 123's level. On the upside, right, we've got the 8 and the 21 that I would like to see it not get rejected from, right? Hopefully we capture it, then 130, then 133. As I've said, I'm still holding bullish on Apple. I continue to hold my shares. I think that we should hopefully have a good run into earnings. It's just a lot of uncertainty right now around that, right? Earnings are less than 2 weeks away, and I think it's going to be a great quarter for Apple. So I was hoping for a run into earnings, but you know, with everything that we've got going on right now, with you know the stimulus and everything that kind of surrounds that, with the sell the news, as well as the uncertainty around the inauguration next week, and what we could potentially see kind of break out next week as that happens, is making a little bit of uneasiness, is causing the markets to be heavy and a little bit of uneasiness overall. So that's kind of one thing that I'm looking out for, to see if that overtakes any good news we have from Apple, but we'll kind of see how that goes. I'm still hoping for that run into earnings, that push up, but we'll see, you know, how that goes. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope you guys are all had an amazing week at the end of the week, and have a great upcoming weekend. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.